Hi, Stephanie.
Hi!
What you doing?
I'm just hanging.
Why?
So, scared?
No, I can't say that I am. Why?
Well, you should be, because this is my revenge for Noah's Ark with pirates. Welcome to Faith on Film, where we raid your church library and search for the good stuff. I'm Stephanie.
How did we get here?
Don't worry about it. He's Nathan, by the way.
Hi.
So, remember when I brought up UAV? Remember how I told you they did an adaptation of the Hunchback of Notre Dame?
No.
Oh, yes.
No. I like that book.
I know, and that's why this is going to be fun. This is the secret of the Hunchback.
How bad is it?
Well...
What?
You mad?
Mad isn't the right word. I'm confused, angry, and bewildered all at the same time. I'm confildergree.
Where should we start?
We shouldn't start. Why does this trash exist in the first place?
An excellent question!
Not what I meant.
In 1996, Walt Disney Pictures surprised a lot of people when it picked Victor Hugo's The Hunchback of Notre Dame to be the subject of its next animated feature. This was surprising because if you've ever read anything by Victor Hugo, you know that this guy does not write happy stories. Les Miserables, anybody?
I'm miserable right now.
Basically, how can you take anything by Victor Hugo and make it child-friendly while still staying true to the source material? At least the spirit of the source material. The Disney movie is by no means perfect, and we will review that at some point. It did surprise a lot of people, tight-roping the darker themes of the book to its target audience in a way that kids could actually understand.
UAV, on the other hand, did not. True to form, these rip-off artists shoved out their own version of the story to compete with the Disney one. Not because anyone involved wanted to tell this story in particular, purely to steal someone else's thunder. And boy, does it show. Just look at this. Who would ever confuse this cheap animation with the big budget counterpart? But, you know what? Even if the best animators in the world at the time made this, we would still have problems with it. So, what's the story?
Our movie begins with two mysterious people dropping off a baby on the church steps of Notre Dame. I feel like I'm having Harry Potter flashbacks right now.
Funny, I was thinking the Super Mario Brothers movie.
An old priest answers the door. This is the Archdeacon in this version. Now, in the original book, the Archdeacon was in fact Claude Frollo, the main antagonist, and he raises Quasimodo. While here, the Archdeacon and Frollo are presented as different people. Now, in UAV's defense, Disney did make this change too.
Splitting them up into separate characters doesn't necessarily hurt the story per se. It gives you a chance to have a good man of faith and a terrible one.
Frollo's not a man of faith in this version.
Right. Forgot that they took away the only thing that made him interesting. We're going full-blown church versus state, and we're supposed to be on the church's side, so the opposite of the novel.
What I especially love here is Frollo's design. I mean, look at this guy. Got this kind of beefy guy with black hair, red shirt, and black pants, and brown boots, with a lackey that he's constantly kicking around while singing about his general awesomeness. You guys do know that this is supposed to be Frollo, right? Not Gaston. Frollo!
I feel like that's also Jafar's head thrown on top for good measure. Anyway, the Archdeacon raises Quasimodo along with a new character, a monk named Brother Labas, and they love Quasimodo very dearly, which raises a strange problem. He's still named Quasimodo. That means imperfectly molded. Why would you have the good father figures name their child that?
Aw, Daddy loves you, little freak.
I wouldn't even raise such a big stink about this, except that the movie itself points this out. Quasimodo tells his new friend Pierre Gringor what his name means, but he never once questions why the Archdeacon would name him that.
Oh yeah, Pierre. You're gonna love this guy.
I hate you.
I know.
Pierre is a poet whose defining character trait is that he's bad at being a poet.
So he's William before he was Spike.
He says to Quasimodo, I know how you feel about being different, because people sometimes don't like my poetry. I immediately hate this character. This is like a white person saying to a black person, I know what you mean about racism. I once got an F on a paper I didn't put any effort into.
Pierre and Quasimodo also bond over the fact that they both think that Esmeralda is hot. And this is our Esmeralda. Oh no. We have a brunette in a blue and white dress singing about how she wants more than the life that she has. You guys do know that this is Esmeralda, right? Not Belle. Esmeralda!
Frollo is also motivated by thinking Esmeralda is hot. About 2/3 of the way through the movie. So that's the one thing they got from the book. Everyone wants to bang this one girl.
What's the easy part?
The Room had the same plot point. Of course it's the easy part.
So, what is Frollo's evil plan in this version? Well, he wants to get more money out of the church, and he thinks that he can blackmail the Archdeacon into giving him more money by hurting Quasimodo. So, when Quasimodo ventures out of the tower and creates a disturbance, he seizes the opportunity.
Oh gee, a villain who's a government official who's motivated only by money. Never heard that one before.
He even has a song about it, where he talks about how he wants to go from just getting the Archdeacon's money to getting the entire cathedral. I don't know how we got there, but whatever. Now, let's see what the competition's doing. Disney's Hellfire is probably the highlight of the Disney movie, and it's the part that everybody talks about. And why not? In this version, Frollo is singing about his tortured desires, with lyrics like, "Protect me, Maria. Don't let the siren cast her spell. Don't let her fire sear my flesh and bone. So tell me, Maria, why do her smoldering eyes still scorch my soul?" This amazed people back in 1996 because it was so dark and so not Disney that it's still considered one of the greatest Disney villain songs that they've ever written.
You're making me think of something I'd rather watch. UAV, by contrast, has a Frollo who struggles to even hit the note where he says, I'm simply number one. This song pales in comparison.
And you know, I think Russell Crowe is laughing at this guy's singing ability.
That's another Hugo adaptation.
Yeah, we're still watching Secret of the Hunchback.
Aw, sad.
And Frollo's not the only one with a disappointing song. If you thought the Disney gargoyles were the weak point of the movie, take a look at these guys.
They have a blues song in which they tell Quasimodo, take your blues and toss 'em, throw 'em away. This is terrible advice to put in a kid's movie. Kids need to understand that it's okay to feel what you feel. Just don't be controlled by your emotions. This is why we need movies like Inside Out. You can't just throw sadness out. It has its place. If you want to make a cheer-up song, fine, go for it. But doing it like this, tell a kid to just up and stop being sad, is reckless. Stop it.
You good?
You go for a bit. I need a breather.
Okay. Now let's talk about the gypsies. You can tell which ones are the gypsies because they're the ones that are dressed like pirates. Again, what's with the pirates? Frollo pulls them into his evil schemes by making them capture Quasimodo for him. Now, why he can't just do this himself, I really don't know. He has the authority and the jurisdiction and the manpower. Just make Quasimodo a fugitive. Easy. So the gypsies' plan to lure Quasimodo out of his tower so they can capture him is to trick him into coming out to see Esmeralda dance again. Now, they don't actually have Esmeralda with them because, well, Frollo's holding her hostage right now. Whatever. So they pull the old, hey, let's put a guy in women's clothing gag and make it funny because that's funny and the kids will laugh.
But they picked the gypsy who looks the least like Esmeralda!
Doesn't matter, the kids are still laughing. And besides, Quasimodo doesn't know that it's not Esmeralda before he comes out of this tower, and that's the important part.
No.
Frollo finally has Quasimodo captured, sentences him to a public flogging for all to see, including the Archdeacon and Brother Labas. And Esmeralda is here too for some reason.
Why?
Because there's only one scene from the Hunchback of Notre Dame that everybody's familiar with. That part where Quasimodo's all tied up and Esmeralda shows him mercy by giving him water to drink and he falls in love with her. You can't do the Hunchback of Notre Dame without including that image somewhere.
But there's no reason for her to be here. Or Pierre, for that matter.
Oh, your favorite character. Out of Quasimodo's suffering, this doesn't work, and the Archdeacon continues to stick to his guns. I suppose. Anyway, Pierre and Esmeralda run off, preparing to avenge Quasimodo.
After touching Quasimodo's open wounds, bag.
This, of course, makes Frollo even angrier, and he decides to just capture the Archdeacon himself, lock the guy up, and put one of the gypsies in his place to pose as the fake Archdeacon so he can marry Esmeralda, because apparently marrying Esmeralda is contributing to how he's going to get Notre Dame for himself. I have no idea why, nor do I particularly care.
Marriage. That just makes me think of Esmeralda and Pierre's romance. He gets her alone and says he loved her since the first time she danced, since the first time he laid eyes on her. Dude, Ted Mosby called. You're overdoing it. And then they sing a love ballad that starts with the line, "Once upon a dream." Stick to one Disney movie that you're ripping off. Don't just jump around like that.
What I especially love here is how Quasimodo is basically an afterthought. After swearing to avenge him, they go off, they have their little love bit about how they're in love now, and they can ask Quasimodo's friend, the Archdeacon, to marry them in the morning. Oh yes, right, Quasimodo, our brave friend that we were supposed to help. We forgot. Seriously, these guys are the worst best friends ever.
Pierre might be a douchebag passed off as a hero, but he does have the one funny line in the entire flick. When they're wandering through the cathedral, Esmeralda says, "Where do we find the Archdeacon?" And Pierre responds, "Don't ask me, I'm a Protestant." 1 point, movie. Spend it wisely.
Anywho, after some hilarious hijinks, everybody's captured. Esmeralda's recaptured, Pierre's knocked out, the Archdeacon is locked away. Oh, and he escapes by using his cross to unlock his own jail cell, because sometimes the keys to the kingdom open more than just the gates of heaven. We're almost at the climax. It's gonna be okay.
That's infuriatingly stupid.
It's a direct-to-video cartoon. What do you
No
expect?
excuses. It gets even worse when Pierre exposes Frollo's plan in front of everyone by disrobing the fake Archdeacon to reveal his piratey clothes. What? Why? How? What does that prove?
Something, I'm sure. Anyway, Quasimodo uses this opportunity to swing down from above and scoop up Esmeralda and carry her away up to the balcony with Frollo in hot pursuit. The rooftop duel. Except this one just ends with Frollo knocking Quasimodo over the side, laughing, "I have a hunch we won't be seeing him anymore, ha ha ha," before being accidentally crushed to death by one of the gargoyles.
Pierre rushes in to tell Esmeralda that Frollo's men surrendered off-screen. Well, that was easy. Naturally, the Archdeacon is the only one with enough compassion to wonder where Quasimodo is. They find him dangling off the side, holding onto a water spigot.
Quasimodo, upon seeing that his loved ones are safe, decides to nobly let go and fall to his death because he doesn't want any of his friends risking their lives to save him. Okay, that's a little dark, but it is closer to the original ending of the book than the Disney movie. Yeah, I'm just kidding. As he plummets to his death, Quasimodo sprouts wings and flies away because the Hunchback of Notre Dame was an angel the entire time. Sure, why not? The Hunchback of Notre Dame was an angel the entire time. Probably sent down from heaven to teach everybody a lesson about finding the beauty inside of people or whatever. So, thoughts?
Movie? That is not a good twist. Making Quasimodo an angel comes out of nowhere. You can't just do that right at the tail end because there was no setup. And they try to justify this cheap twist by having the narrator quote Hebrews 13, that old "some of you have been entertaining angels unawares" line. Bull. Crap. Slapping a Bible verse on something does not suddenly make it deep, and it certainly doesn't make this twist properly set up. Skip to this timestamp if you want to avoid spoilers for the 2004 movie Van Helsing. I'll give you a moment. This movie, while certainly not great, actually made this twist work. Van Helsing being revealed as an amnesiac Gabriel made sense because there was an inherent mystery to his past, and Gabriel was already built into the lore of the story as the one who had opposed Dracula. The Secret of the Hunchback, by contrast, had nothing of the sort. There were no references to angels aside from slapping a halo on the title card. And before the 7 of you who have seen this tripe tell me otherwise, there were hints. He heals a little birdie and a bump on a man's head. But would you seriously ever leap from "there's something in his wound that isn't bone" to "oh, by the way, they were wingtips because he's a GD angel"? And there's no mystery to his origins, because we have no reason whatsoever to think that the two figures who dropped him off at the beginning were anything other than normal humans who hated the appearance of their baby like the Cobblepots in Batman Returns. Come to think of it, who are these two people? Are they other angels? Are they God and Jesus? Why would an angel even need to be dropped off in the first place? An angel would have to manifest in physical form anyway, so why not manifest right there? Unless he had human parents, which raises even more questions. Were they the ones dropping him off? Were they in on the plan? Were they aware he was an angel? Did the angel itself appear to them to tell them the plan before it was, put in? Was Quasimodo even aware he was an angel? He had healing powers. Why couldn't he heal his own hunch? A good twist should make you look back at the movie and go, "Oh, that's what was going on. I didn't get that the first time." A bad twist will make you look back at the movie and go, What? When did that? Why are they doing that? What is going on?" And that is what this is.
So, the book was better.
Don't even bring the book into this. They didn't even credit Victor Hugo, so why should we?
Fair enough. Okay, terrible twists notwithstanding, I feel like this movie took more cues from Beauty and the Beast than it did The Hunchback of Notre Dame. From the style of the prologue, to the character designs, part where Frollo pretends to surrender only to be faking it, and If you want to show your kids a movie about finding beauty within a hideous appearance, just show them that movie. It actually had some effort put into it. So, what's the rating we're giving this thing?
Don't bother. Easily. It's not even so weirdly bad, it's kind of entertaining, like Noah's Ark with pirates. It's just bad. I'm Nathan.
And I'm Stephanie. And my revenge is complete.
Oh, good.
Thank you for joining us for Faith on Film. We'll see you next time.
Then I would actually put it in. You know what I mean? I would actually put it.
Because the idea is she's going to be there, so I'm just going
Well, yeah, but she's going to be, because you're going to get in the driver's side, correct? So if you put it here, she's going to be there. What?
Why does this trash exist in the first place?
No, you have a line. Could have sworn you did.
I feel like I'm having Harry Potter flashbacks right now.
Funny. I was thinking feed me your line again.
Isn't life just unfair?
I think it's your line.
It is. I'm trying to remember what it is.
Okay.
Oh, sad.
Oh, I was trying to think of what we were doing to lead up to that. Okay.
Hey, that's the Hugo adaptation.
Hey.
When he does finally capture Quasimodo, he sentences him to a public
You
flog.
skipped an entire thing.
I did, my bad.
Yep. We gotta talk about the gypsies torching in Prague.
Oh, yeah.
We're still rolling, by the way.
I know.
Okay.
Make a great flute for real.
Ping Pang, Wada Wada Bang Bang, Dr. Doolittle, Holiday Hoobie Wuddy, how did I get here? How I met your mother. Don't stop me, Stella. This. Do I have a... Llama Baba, Ding Dong, Dr. Doolittle, Monkey Stuffing, Dun! French Connection, Holiday Hoobie Wuddy, how did I get here? This movie.